Hey, what's up, y'all? This your boy Drake coming back to you once again. I want to tell y'all about a issue that was bothering me, and that was me getting over alcoholism. Now, if anybody out there like me, I've been drinking ever since I was a little boy. I first got drunk at the age of 13. I was told as soon as you become a teenager, but get you up, I was going to be able to drink my first pint of Hennessy. And I finished it at the age of 13. But prior to that, sometimes I used to just drink beer, with my dad. Sometimes we'd be in the basement working out, take a little sip here and there, or sip a little bit of something when he's not looking. But from the age of 13 all the way up to about, I ain't gonna lie, like right now I'm 38, and right now I might have a drink maybe like once a year. But that didn't happen until probably about 36. Ever since from like the age of 13 all the way up to 36, I was drinking at least probably once a week. Yeah, once a week. I drink once a week. From the age of about 21 all the way up to about 30, I used to drink every day. I used to drink every day. If not every day, every other day. And it started ruining my relationship. That was a big thing a while. My girl left me the first time. And I used to always try to tell myself, like, look, man, I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop. But I know it's a lot of times if you the type person and you trying to stop, you really got to ask yourself, do you really want to? Or are you just doing it because the people around you want you to stop? Because if you don't really want to stop, you're not going to stop. So you might just have to keep it a band with yourself and say, like, look, man, do I really want to stop right now? Is there anything, like, you gotta look around to see what's more important? Is your children more important than that feeling that you're gonna get with alcohol? Is the relationship you in with your woman, is that more important? Your job, think about your job, think about, you might get a DUI because it feels good to ride around drinking, bumping music. Yes, it feels good, and DUIs is going to happen. I've been blessed to not have to experience that, but yeah, some of us not that lucky. But I would say one thing: if you want to stop drinking alcohol, just try to look for something else that can be like a crutch for that. Like for me, when I first stopped, I started drinking energy drinks. When I would go out, I just drink an energy drink, and that would kind of like give me the energy, and it would have me ready to socialize. Other than that, I was cool, and also just try to have a mentality where like you just not following the crowd, because growing up it was kind of like a thing to be cool and be down and do what everybody else doing just so you don't feel left out. But as you start to grow up and be an adult, that's I don't know. It might just be me, but I like just being like the other. I like the other. I don't like following the crowd for real. But it's just kind of cool to stand out, and people start to look at you different. People start to, you'll start to notice they'll treat you different than what they treat the other drunks. They'll look like, oh, like sometimes some women they don't say the word nigga to me when I'm out, but they'll say the word nigga to all my friends that's drinking. They don't talk as loud and obnoxious. Or some dudes, they willing to try my drunk homeboys, but they won't try me, and I would take it because they might sense like, oh, he must be on his shit. He look like he been working out and he's not stumbling and drunk. So that's like another caveat to why I was like, oh, I like that feeling of respect when I go out. That was a good feeling that made me consistently keep going, because one thing, with drinking, I started boxing. So when I was boxing back in my 20s, you can't drink every day and really like and be a good fighter. You know what I'm saying? So that was another thing. I was like, look, man, I really got to start kicking this alcohol. And I just I would just always go back to the people that was drinking. So environment, I really should have stayed around the people that was into sports, and I should have stayed around people that don't drink, because that was another thing that was difficult in my 20s and in my early 30s, just chilling around my homeboys, watching the game, playing the game. going out to the bars. I'm going out to a bar and I'm trying to stop drinking. But like I told you, gotta ask yourself, are you really trying to stop? I wasn't really trying to stop. I was saying I was trying to stop, but I wasn't really trying to stop deep in my heart if I really had to peel back all the layers. But I would say definitely just try to change your environment and then ask yourself, do you really want to stop? Um, that's the second thing, because it's going to be hard as a mother to sit up there and try to stop drinking and you chilling with your homeboy and he's sipping on something and asking you, do you want something? And deep down inside, you know you do, you know? So definitely watch your environment. Um, energy drinks, that works. And I ain't gonna lie, this is I don't advocate this because this is just another toxic, but smoking cigars. If you tend to go out and just hang, smoke like one cigar. Like one cigar a week shouldn't freaking hurt you. But nonetheless, drinking one once a week shouldn't really hurt you, but you gotta be disciplined. But like I used to smoke cigars like once a week whenever I go out and smoke a cigar. And for some reason that just makes you want to socialize. I'd smoke a cigar and I wouldn't need no alcohol. And then eventually I would I left the alcohol alone. Like like for 2 years right now, I really don't have the need to drink. I probably would take like a glass of wine like once a year. It's been 2 years and I don't drink alcohol. So doing this 75-day challenge to not drink alcohol is a breeze. It's kind of rough for my wife because she still drinks wine every now and then. But she doesn't do it while we doing this challenge. But definitely energy drinks, change your environment, smoke a cigar, and then you could kick both of them, because cigars are not, I don't know, you might get addicted to cigars. I didn't get addicted to a cigar. Yeah, I can smoke a cigar maybe like once a year and be all right. But what's another thing I did? Um, because I ain't gonna lie, man, like drinking was fun. Drinking was fun. I never had a DUI. I never got beat up. I never did nothing too crazy. I never did anything that would make me not want to drink anymore except for, I ain't gonna lie, it was my child. That was one thing. Because one day my child, like I was playing with her, I was joking with her, and she was like, Dad, she was like, "What, have you been drinking?" And I was like, well, why would you ask me that? She's like, because every time you play with me and you tickle me underneath my arms too hard, you've been drinking. And this time I wasn't drinking. And I thought like, dang. I was like, so you don't, and I was like, no, I'm not drunk. And then I had to ask her, I was like, you don't like it when I drink? And she was like, no. She's like, I want you to stop. I really think she was just saying that because that's what my girl was saying. And it's funny, women always want us to stop drinking, but they drink. Like they'll sit and they be like, because we drink too much. I'm like, look, if you drinking around me, I'm gonna drink it to the fullest, and I'm gonna have me a good time. It ain't like, especially if you're not the type of person to be beating on people, you just be playing too much. You might just play too much, but you don't be cursing people out. I don't be getting locked up. I wasn't getting locked up. So I really was blessed to not have to experience anything that would push me towards not wanting to drink anymore. But if you the type person, man, you going through shit and alcohol has been a factor, I would definitely try to look at something that's important. Try to do a 75-day challenge right now. Just drink 1 gallon of water a day, two workouts, two 45-minute workouts. One has to be outside. Read 10 pages of something that's beneficial for you, and don't drink alcohol. And you might be the type of person like me that just likes a challenge. Sometimes, we don't understand, but every day we really battling ourselves. And that's a challenge within itself, you know. And getting over alcoholism, I love just be in that fight, man. Enjoy the fight. Enjoy the fact that deep down inside in your mind is messing with you. Your mind is telling you like, look, man, you just got off work and you've been working all week. You want to hit the bar. Your mind is telling you like, man, it ain't nothing like having that drink and riding in the car. It ain't nothing like having that drink and playing the game. I know this, but at the end of the day, you gotta say like, man, what you really want. I ain't gonna lie. If deep down in your heart that's what you want to do, and you ain't really hurting nobody, man, do you? Do you? You a grown man or you a grown woman. Do you, and just don't let anybody tear you down, because we all got our faults out here. We all have we all have our crutches just to get through the next day. I mean, it's hard out here. So I feel you. If that's what you need to do just to clear your mind sometimes, hey, do that and keep it moving. Don't worry about what the world got to say. But if you somebody that's really deep down trying to stop, just listen to your heart and just do it and stop making it so difficult. Let this be the last YouTube video you pull up and watch for advice. Other than that, it's up to you. Nobody, we can't take the bottle out your hand. You can't take this video and watch it every time you go to the bar. So look deep within your heart. Really gotta pray to God, Allah, to yourself, man, and just do it. Ain't nothing to it. Peace.